Hi guys, this is Elliot from Little Punk People here, and today I'm here with Bex, and let's do this. So how did you like the show this weekend? Any memorable moments?
Oh, I had a blast this weekend. I think the most memorable moment for me was actually I met Caleb over there from Stranger Things. He was awesome. It was really cool. We both kind of geeked out over each other. We're big fans of each other's shows. And it was, I got to ask him a couple questions about like Broadway and about his experience on the show, and he was really, really cool.
If you could be a superhero, what kind of power would you want?
Well, I have always, for as long as I can remember, I've always wanted to fly. I feel like a lot of other superpowers you can kind of manufacture, and you can make yourself super strong. You can make yourself super fast with training. But I've always wanted to fly. So I'd definitely do that.
Awesome. Out of all the characters you've played, which one do you relate to the most?
That's really hard. That's a good question. I feel like each one has a different. Each one I relate to in a different way. But I think the one that I relate to the most might be Bullet, and not really because of how our life stories. Those could not be more different. But in terms of like what's inside and how her heart works, it's something that I like to think that I'm as sweet and awesome as she is deep down. Maybe one day I will be.
What are some of your favorite bands to listen to?
My favorite bands to listen to, I love Panic at the Disco. I adore Death of a Bachelor. It's such a good album. I love that it really feels like he's gotten to do what he wants with this album in a way that he hasn't gotten to before. I do love their old stuff too. I like Andrew McMahon in the Wilderness and the new stuff. I like, what else? I've got a really eclectic taste. I just like the randomest things. I like good songs.
I like Metallica, Iron Maiden, Black
Nice.
Sabbath, like that type of stuff.
You're hardcore. I appreciate that.
If you became the president, what are some of the first things you would do?
Oh, we've entered the danger zone. I would give full funding to Planned Parenthood. I would 100% make sure that there is equal pay for men and women, equal pay for equal work. I would put rights for transgender people in place, rights for LGBT people, right, and I'd work as hard as I could on representation and positive representation in media for all minorities. And like whatever, as far as I can make my reach go for equality, I would do my damnedest.
Awesome. What is your most proud moment from being an actress so far?
I like your questions. I think my proudest moment as an actress so far was I had a kid come up to me and say that she got Faith tattooed on her wrist because Bullet helped her realize that her strength could come from herself, not from other people. And it made me feel like I made a difference in someone's life, and I was proud of that.
Do you believe in ghosts?
Oh, hell yeah.
Have you ever saw one?
Well, I had a graveyard in my backyard growing up, so I used to hang out with the ghosts, and we had a little family cemetery, and I used to chase them around. And then there's this one ghost story that I had that when we first moved into the house, they were painting a room, and like the ladder got knocked over, and the guy who was on it fell down, and the paint went everywhere, and there was this little dollop of paint that kind of stayed suspended in midair and then kind of disappeared, and then a little dollop of yellow paint wound up on Elmer's grave the next day, and the grave was sunken in, and it was super weird. And I've seen a lot of ghosts in different forms over the years, and they show up in different ways. I think that like as you hit a certain age, if you don't maintain it, you kind of lose your ability to see the supernatural, but there's still ways that they can communicate even if you can't see them. So like while I was in Louisiana shooting Scream, I was typing a joke about ghosts, and my screen wiped and 3 angry emojis showed up, and I'm like, I'm not going to make this joke anymore. I'm just going to chill out. We're going to be fine.
Who do you think that ghost was?
Probably either we were at a plantation in Louisiana, so and there was a graveyard in the back of that plantation as well that I got to wander around and visit. That was really cool. One of the guy who owned it, Thomas, I can't remember his last name. He died on Halloween, so it was either him, one of his children, or one of the slaves. Either way, they didn't seem very happy.
So he basically communicated with the ghost with emojis, basically.
John Carna laughs at me for that, but look, if you're a ghost and you can find any way to communicate, why wouldn't you communicate with emojis?
Oh, it's the new thing now, right?
There's a whole movie about them. I'm a little afraid to watch it. I think it might be terrifying, unintentionally. You'll see emojis at HorrorCon next year.
As for the summer thing.
Horror movies or true crime?
I like true crime. I'm a big fan of serial killers and that kind of stuff.
80s goth music or 80s hair metal?
Ooh, that's a good one. 80s goth music when people are dancing like they're dancing to 80s hair metal.
Cats or unicorns?
Catacorns. Cats with
Perfect.
unicorn horns. Because they have those. They have unicorn horns for your cats.
Really?
Yeah. It's an actual thing that you can buy. I don't know anybody whose cat would let them put it on them, but still.
Audrey or Bullet?
Oh, you're mean to me. Oh, you're so mean to me. Oh, anyone who watches this is going to hate me, but I'm going to have to say Bullet. It's just got this special place in my heart.
Awesome. Amazing. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Keep resisting.
Thank you.
Thank you. My pleasure.